In today's video, I'm going to break down my first trade of 2020. I'm going to show you what I liked, what I didn't like, and how I'm managing this trade throughout the rest of the morning. What's up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Austin Silver. I really appreciate you being here, checking out my trading content. Before we get into the breakdown on EurAud today, do me a favor and just hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you don't miss any of the future trading videos that I'm putting out the rest of the year. This morning, we are up now 8 pips, as you can see, on EurAud. This is my ASFX trade terminal, and I love this terminal. I've got a video out now on the channel talking to you guys about why I switched from MetaTrader to this terminal, but I love it. It's so user-friendly. As you can see, my entry price here is 160.89, stop loss is 160.77, and take profit at 161.29. I'm up about 8.5 pips here. So what we're gonna do now is flip over to TradingView, and I'm going to show you what I didn't like about the trade first, and then show you why I still took a position. The first thing and most notable thing is we are coming back now. It is January 6th. We're coming back from 2 weeks of holidays. So knowing that, I don't expect there to be a ton of volume just dumping into the market here this morning. Now, I was up before my alarm. I was up at 3 a.m. So I've been up for a while watching these pairs, and a lot of the pairs, Euro pairs, GBP pairs, and even NZD pairs, are still trading within the Asian range. Knowing that there's not a lot of volume coming into the market this morning because of the holiday, and knowing that we're inside the Asian range, that tells me that we could lead to choppy pairs, that could lead to choppy pairs. If you look at Forex Factory, there's no high impact news today to kick the market up and get something going either. It's very slow on the news calendar. So coming in from the holiday, being slow on the news calendar, and seeing a lot of pairs inside the Asian range tells me that we could be in for a choppy day. It tells me also that if I'm going to take a position, I'm going to need to size down, because there's no way I could grade any of the potential ideas I had this morning, including this one, as an A setup, because they're inside that Asian range. Now, on top of that, this one also touched overbought right here in the Asian session once already today, which is a small knock on this setup as well. So I graded this a B. Now, on the initial breakout off the 21 here at 3:30, I could have taken my entry, but I didn't. I was like, listen, we're inside the Asian range, it's early, let me wait on this and see how it develops. As it pulled back to the 8 EMA and held the 8 EMA here on the 15 minute, I was watching on the 1 minute and watching it hold the 50 and 200, and I really liked the TDI staying in the buy zone above that stationary 50 value. That's a good sign to me that we're going to see more rise here as it holds into that buy zone. Now, on the 15 minute, we are in the buy zone all day today, and EMAs are coming into an uptrend. You see the 50 is above the 200, 200 is coming through the 800, so more indicators there that we are long biased more than short biased. However, like I said, because we're overbought and in the Asian range, it's not a perfect setup. So this is where having a playbook of entry signals like this one, this is my A1 entry, having a playbook with a risk profile is important beyond anything else. For me, especially in a setup like this where you have to grade it. What's the Asian range telling me? What's ADR telling me? What are the key levels telling me? What's the liquid 50 telling me? If you can go through, and the only things I found wrong with it were the Asian range and the overbought, that tells me to give it a B setup and size in appropriately to that setup. Now, something else that I think is really important to mention as well, here on the 1 minute, you can actually see divergence down here earlier. This was before I was even out of bed and on the charts. This divergence with falling price action and a rising RSI tells me that we could see bullish movement, because it's bullish divergence, if the higher time frames are in that trend. And what did I just tell you? The 15 minute is clearly long biased. Now, coming off the 50 EMA with that divergence, you would look to see it potentially break for a new high of day, and it didn't. It's showing resistance still to this price of 161 flat, basically. Right now, we're at 160.98, 160.97. If we can get above the Asian range high, I think you're going to see this carry to at least 161.20, maybe even 161.30, and that's where I have my take profit set right now, like I said. So I'm going to stay in this trade for as long as it tells me to. It's been holding the 8 EMA. It has not given me any exit signal. Everything looks good. We still have space on ADR, still have space to the pivot points, and it looks like we're going to close for a new high a day here in about 10 minutes. So my plan here, it's 5:30. I'm going to come back on with you guys and update you on how the trade plays out. If I close a piece of it, if I move the stop into profit, whatever I decide to do, I will come in and update you guys as the trade develops. All right, guys, we are now up over 20 pips, 21 pips here in the trade. It is 6:06 in the morning. I still have half the trade on. So I closed half when I was up about 13 pips. That was 1R. My trading plan tells me that if it's not an A setup, I need to bag some of the trade at 1R. And like I said to you guys, this is not an A setup, so I have to follow the rules, even though I know that this thing can push higher. And literally, from when I closed it to now, it's already up another 10 pips. So I'm still in the trade, half in my original position, half already bagged. Stop loss is still at the original position. You see 160.77, and we're going to look to see this thing continue higher. I do want to show you here on TradingView how well this has held the 8 EMA, now breaking for a new high of day, well above the Asian session high. I think eventually we might see a retest of this Asian session high before it continues even higher. It might not need to retest. This just could go right to my take profit and take out the other half of this position. I want to also show you here on the VIP chat at 4:36 in the morning, I called my entry to the VIP traders, people that go through our course. They were able to follow me in on this trade at 4:30 in the morning. We call trades at all different times a day, and we have other traders in our group that have been with me for 5 years that also share their trade ideas for everyone else to follow. So our VIP is up to 200 people almost now, only since August. So I'm very grateful for everybody that joined, and they're joining so fast because they're catching winning trades like this. This is going to be my only trade for the day. One and done. And it's already 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be able to film another video for you guys in the channel. I'm going to be able to go to the gym and live my life. This was easy money. I was excited to be back on the chart. I was excited to be back in the live market with the team. And this is a great trade to start 2020 with. So like I said, half is still running. Stop is at original position. I might lock the stop in a little bit here as this is extending now up almost 2R. Lock the stop and let the rest go and see if we can reach take profit. So I'll come back on when I close the rest or when I hit take profit. Whatever happens, I will wrap the trade up with you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, it is now 6:15. As you can see, price currently is at 161.24. I'm up 35 pips just about here. My take profit is at 161.29, so just about 5 pips away. So we're very, very close to reaching the full take profit with the second half of the position still in. Now, you'll also notice the stop loss is locked in profit at 160.90, which means I can't lose any money because that's above my buy entry price at 160.89. So here at 161.24, we're going to wait and see if we can get the next 5 pips out of this thing. We'll get our 40 pip take profit hit, and we will go on with our day. As soon as the trade finishes up, I'll come back on, show you the full P&L, and walk you through the entire thing one more time. I just wanted you to see here how this was really picking up some nice extension in the last 20, 25 minutes or so. We're up almost 36 now. So I'll be back in a few minutes and I'll show you how this thing finishes up. All right, guys, right there, I just closed the other half of the trade. Now, there's a specific reason why. It's not just because it's pulling down. It was very close to my take profit, like you saw within 5 pips. But as soon as that candle closed and it started to pull away from that take profit level, I turned on my ADR indicator. It's called the ASFX ADR tool. You can literally search for it right here in the indicator section on TradingView and you'll find it. If you type in ASFX ADR, it's right there in the public library. And this showed me with these 2 green horizontal lines that ADR was maxed out with this push here. On top of that, something that's also kind of important to notice, but not end all be all kind of thing, is the fact that it bodied through a pivot point. So you're also at a pivot point here, the R2 line, after breaking above the R1 line earlier today here. So knowing that ADR is maxed out, that's more important to me than the pivots. Knowing that that's maxed out, that's enough reason for me to say, hey, I'm up over 2R on this trade. I need to then take profit. It was not an A setup. It was inside the Asian range and overbought, and it's maxed out ADR. So now I've got 3 things about this thing that I don't love, so I'm going to take my profit and run. It's already 6:30 in the morning and I'm done. So this is the beauty of day trading. I don't need to swing this thing and worry if it's going to go the full 40 pips or 80 pips or whatever. I can get good risk reward in and out every single day. You just snag the bag, one good trade, one good trade, one good trade. And again, I called this for all the new people that just took our course. I called it in the VIP chat for them to follow me on the trade, and I walked them through it in the chat. I coached them through the whole thing. So a really good start to 2020. I'm fired up. It's only 6:30. Riley is literally still asleep, but I can't even go wake her up and tell her. So that's our life. We're going to have a really good day today, being done already. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you took some value out of this. I hope it helps you make better trading decisions going forward. If you have any questions about my systems or my course or how I took this trade or anything, just drop a comment down below, reach out to me via email, and I'll see you guys in the next trading video.